What's going on, wrestling family? Welcome back to the channel. So this video is called WWE promos that got real fast. Now, before we get started, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into this.
10 WWE promos that got real fast. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 10, Jeff Jarrett angers Stone Cold Steve Austin. When Jeff Jarrett returned to WWE in 1997, he was promised a feud with WWE's resident top star Stone Cold Steve Austin. To plant the seeds for this eventual feud, WWE had Jarrett cut a short promo directed towards Austin on Raw, where he declared,
this one.
"Now here's a guy who's lowered himself to shaving his head and coming out here every week, not once or twice, but 10 or 15 times and saying the word ass." That's right, saying the word ass just to get a reaction, just to get noticed.
That's not too bad.
Stone Cold, you will always be the ringmaster. And as far as your blasphemous merchandise, that offends me. Austin 3:16 offends me because what you're doing is ripping off the Bible to put money in your pockets.
He hit him with that too.
Enraged Austin, who had zero idea what Jarrett was gonna say. Austin would immediately confront Jarrett, and Austin was so annoyed that he ordered Vince Russo to never directly book him in a match against Jarrett ever in the promotion. Number 9.
Yo, that is crazy. Listen, normally when people ask a promoter or their boss to say, I don't want to wrestle that person because they said something to that, I mean, to me, I personally feel that's kind of weak and kind of sensitive. But in this case, I can kind of understand. I don't agree with it, but I can kind of understand, because what would Austin even respond to that type of promo with? Because he literally told this man what Gunther said to Damian Priest when he said, "You will be nothing more than street trash," which is cool. I guess Austin can get over the ringmaster part, which was still crazy. He can get over that. But the part where he said that Austin is ripping off the Bible for his merchandise sales, there's no comeback in the world you can come back with without being blasphemous, which is literally what Jeff Jarrett said in his promo. Like, what could you even say about that? Now, to be fair, there's some pastors out there nowadays who's doing the same thing, but that's neither here nor there. But what could you say? Like, he tried to ruin this man's reputation and tried to ruin his pockets. He literally tried to do what Pusha T did to Drake years ago. This is crazy. Now we got to fight at that point.
Paul Heyman buries Vince McMahon to his face. Paul Heyman has had so many memorable promos throughout his career, yet one promo in 2001 was completely unscripted, and Heyman pushed boundaries with a groundbreaking promo. Heyman cut a promo on former WWE chairman Vince McMahon leading up to the Survivor Series event in 2001.
I miss some animated screens,
didn't give Heyman
man.
any direct instructions other than to draw him money. Heyman's shoot promo contains such lines as, "Your father shook the hand of every promoter in this country and swore to them that he'd never compete against them, that his son would never compete against them. And when your father died, you competed. And with your ruthless, merciless, take-no-prisoners attitude, you drove everybody out of the business, didn't you, Vince? You ran all the competition to the ground and stole all their ideas, and you made yourself a billionaire out of it. You know whose idea you stole the most, Vince? You stole mine." For speaking about the iconic shoot promo and appearance with Inside the Ropes, the WWE Hall of Famer stated, "To his credit, I'll give him a ton of credit. I went up to Vince halfway through the day and said, 'Do you even know some of the shots I'm going to say to you?' And he goes, 'Nope, draw me money.' 'Okay. Are you going to say anything back to me?' 'Nope, just draw me money.'" Number 8, Paige goes
to do that is to tell Paul Heyman, because that's one thing you should not do, is to tell Paul Heyman he can say whatever he wants. Now, to be fair, salute to Vince for being a good sport in this situation. But to tell Paul Heyman he can say whatever he wants is literally saying, "Hey, we're going to tell this crackhead to go into this jewelry store and they can pick one thing and then they can leave out of there." No, they not picking one. They clearing the whole jewelry store out. And this is what Paul Heyman does in these promos, man. This guy eats, okay?
Too far.
I don't mean
Charlotte
literally.
Flair's brother Reed passed away in 2013. And just 2 years later, WWE decided to use the tragic passing in a storyline. On the November 16, 2015 edition of Raw, a contract signing took place between Charlotte Flair and Paige, and during the segment, Charlotte would state that she was going to pay tribute to Reed in the upcoming pay-per-view match. Virtually out of nowhere, Paige declared, "Your little baby brother, he didn't have much fight in him, did he?" This line received immediate backlash, as it was tasteless and disgusting. It was rumored online that WWE hadn't asked the Flair family for permission to use Reed's name in this manner. The insensitive comment led to no surge in interest in the storyline. It just turned people away from the storyline completely. WWE offended the Flair family in attempts to generate buzz in a story, and it backfired, rightly so. Number 7, Ric Flair changes everything. In 2004, Ric Flair cut a promo that was so wild that it forced Vince McMahon to become more hands-on with promos.
Really?
Flair was cutting a promo on Randy Orton that was supposed to promote their upcoming pay-per-view match. However, Flair went completely off the rails and began to talk about his real-life experiences with virgins. Quite rightly, McMahon wasn't happy, and this was the turning point for McMahon, and this is where his micromanagement style was born. Speaking on ad-free shows, former head writer for WWE Brian Gewirtz discussed the infamous promo. There might have been an incident in Madison Square Garden once when Ric Flair went off script that Vince got a little heated about what he said and said, "Damn it, from then on, I need to know what every single talent is going to be saying going out there." That was in Madison Square Garden with lots of corporate sponsors, and when he said that he has made virgins bleed, there was a noticeable shift in the amount of approval process growing from that point.
Yeah, that's
Number
crazy.
6. Sunny Days. It's well documented that Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels weren't exactly the best of friends in the 90s, and in 1997, HBK took things a step too far. During a promo battle between the two on Raw, HBK made a reference to Hart's sex life before stating that Hart had been seeing a lot of sunny days recently. This was playing to the rumor that Hart and Sunny were having an affair. Hart was livid with HBK, and Hart would later confront him backstage, which seemed like a common theme during the respective time.
Yeah.
Whilst WWE were prone to pushing the boundaries during this era, there were lines that talent shouldn't cross, and this was definitely the case here. Number 5.
Brian Pillman pulling out a gun was crazy. But HBK, this guy will find apparently, and from what people are saying, he found any type of way to screw Bret Hart, bro. That dude, that's one of the people you don't want on your bad side, at least back in the day. I'm sure he's a better guy now because he's more, I guess, from what I understand, he's more religious and he's more nicer or whatever. But back then, that's not the guy you want to be picking fights with, man.
Pipebomb. As CM Punk changed the wrestling landscape when he cut the Pipebomb promo in 2011. The promo became a staple of the pro wrestling industry and has drastically altered the way pro wrestlers cut promos over the past 13 years. There are a ton of urban legends surrounding the promo. Some believe that the promo was unscripted, while some believe that Vince McMahon would never allow Punk to cut a promo of this nature without knowing the content ahead of time. Well, the truth is that, according to Punk at least, he gave McMahon an outline and Punk proceeded to ignore everything that was approved on this outline. In the promo, Punk would mention taboo topics such as Ring of Honor, Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and even McMahon dying. Whilst the content of this promo was controversial and extremely real, it was the exact promo that WWE needed at the time, as it led to a mass surge in interest in their product. Number 4. Xavier Woods is livid. Even though the WWE draft is one of the most exciting nights of the year for fans, the same can't be said for the talent. Friends are often separated, and the WWE has been prone to splitting up established tag teams. During the 2019 Superstar Shakeup, Xavier Woods was frustrated that several of the names that were key parts of his Up Up Down Down YouTube channel were moved to the opposite show. This made working on the channel extremely difficult, and the next time Woods appeared on TV, he began to shoot on the outcome of the shakeup during his promo. Honestly, on top of that, with all this Superstar Shakeup nonsense, Raw took like 80% of the Up Up Down Down roster, and what am I supposed to do? I'm trying to make a successful YouTube channel. They're taking everybody from me, and honestly, if I don't see Tyler Breeze on SmackDown by the end of the show, I would lose my mind. Number 3. John Cena goes low. Due to their star power, WWE thankfully gave John Cena and The Rock a ton of leeway in terms of their promo work in 2012. The two were building towards one of the biggest matches in pro wrestling history, so it was vital that the feud felt real and organic. Cena during the...
It's kind of crazy it was called Once in a Lifetime. We saw it twice, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, they probably couldn't foresee that it was going to happen again, but it's kind of funny when you look at it in retrospect.
Feud ditched a lot of the PG elements of his character, and Cena reminded the entire world just how good he was on the mic. During a promo exchange between the two, it was apparent that The Rock had notes written on his wrist, and Cena decided to do the unthinkable. Cena came to the ring and outright called The Rock out for having his promo written on his wrist.
I don't need words like respect and loyalty to trend worldwide, just like I don't need my notes for my promo on my wrist.
According to Cena, this wasn't initially in his promo plans. However, a certain name backstage tipped him off regarding The Rock's wrist, and at the time, Cena believed he was fully justified in calling the Great One out. Number 2, Roman Reigns finally claps back. During Roman Reigns' rather unsurprising run as a babyface, the crowd often gave him a tough time, and due to him being the top babyface in the company, they booked him to just ignore the negative response. However, in 2016, Reigns snapped on the crowd in an unscripted real-life moment that acted as a prelude to his heel persona that would come just 4 years later. This took place during a promo segment between Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and when the fans began to chant that Reigns couldn't wrestle, It clearly hit a nerve, as Reigns clapped back by saying, for all the dudes chanting that I can't wrestle, calm down, relax, take a sip of your beer, and shut your mouth. And number one,
listen, that was kind of weak, but listen, Roman, as far as his promo skills at that point, wasn't that good, but we gotta say this. It was the PG era. That's the best you're probably going to get out of anyone, okay? That's just as bad as it's gonna get. And it just also makes me think, man, it would have been so amazing if, for one day only, if AEW and WWE just put things aside and let Dean Ambrose show up to WrestleMania when the whole thing happened with the Shield thing. That would have been so cool. But that's neither here nor there. Let's continue.
Tell everyone who chose you. The work between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre has been incredible on TV, as both men have consistently gone in for the kill and refused to hold anything back. On one particular Raw during the road to WrestleMania 40, McIntyre was talking about his time as the chosen one, and Punk responded in a clearly unscripted remark by saying, tell everyone who chose you, say his name if you have the balls.
Oh, yeah.
Both men were referencing Vince McMahon, and due to there being a blanket ban on mentioning McMahon on TV, Punk knew he had put McIntyre in a difficult position. McIntyre handled it well, as he just smirked and moved on. This was one of the first times that McMahon had been indirectly mentioned on TV since he was virtually blacklisted from the company, and instances of this nature are going to be less frequent as years go on. But there you have it, folks. 10 WWE Pro.
Oh, God.
10 of the fakest moments.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like it started off really, really strong, and then it started to kind of taper off like as the time went on. I don't know if you could really put like PG era stuff in lists like this as far as stuff that got real fast, but I guess if you say top 10, you got to fill it in with 10 videos. So they got to, do what they said they were going to do. But anyways, what do you guys think about this video? What was your favorite moment that got real fast in this video? Let me know in the comment section. If they left anything off, let me know in the comment section as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. It is 2 a.m. I'm about to go to sleep. Salute, peace, have a good day.